anything you want to see this game, or you want to not see this game specifically?
I'm flexible. Basically, I just want to see a cool draft come out. I don't think that other than the lane setup advantage that they had, I don't think there was anything like super specific that needs banning to solve what happened last game.
Ooh, I love this ban from Secret. I love the fact that they pushed the Nyx up into a higher order of ban just because they see the Necro free, like the Lycan, the Beast, take it away.
Yep. And also, it's a good tip, any of you tier 2, tier 1 teams out there, although, be honest, anybody watching Secret right now is probably tier 2 in comparison. Necro 3 against Nyx. They have obviously solved that. And if you can't get it available, Nyx becomes much better as a hero choice.
It's also the 1-2 punch of the lockdown, but yeah, for sure. Okay, and something I wanted to touch on is simply the idea that I think second pick feels a lot better just because you know that the meta heroes is probably 4 or 5 of them. It's harder to draft when you're forced to pick one of the meta heroes and then the other team has a good, strong response to it and like builds the entire draft around that. Like when you're first pick, unless you have some insane idea on how to draft away from the meta, you do feel kind of already pigeonholed in the first phase.
Yeah, and they go back for the puck, which is what they did to answer Coddle, if I'm not mistaken, in the first series they played up in this DPC. High reach, coil him, very easy to take him down.
Second series they played.
Second series, sorry.
But yeah, we've
week
seen...
2.
we saw the versus Viking. We saw Puppy play a lot of puck for the squad. So flex
Also
pick.
really good in that it rotates as a mid hero, and Coddle's not so good at countering that and shutting it down. So kind of covers a lot of bases.
And I like the idea that because you see this position 5 or 4 already, you're not going to see this instant lockdown hero, because can you really go Kotl plus Lion, Kotl plus Shaman?
You
know,
can't.
you're forced into like a Kotl plus
And Shaker's banned.
Shaker's banned. So it's kind of, you really only have the position 4 now, and it's only Earth Spirit, in my opinion, that can. So, okay. And this is where I feel like the draft kind of already feels a bit awkward because you're forced into this awkward support duo. Right?
And if I'm Secret, like I actually think Alliance have to ban Lone Druid in this spot. Yeah, he's not a Necro 3 hero, but that's always been a very difficult hero for spots like this where you have 2 squishy backline supports. Like the bear's just gonna run at you, and if you can't get through the bear, these heroes can't. Then you can't touch Secret's heroes.
I guess the question for Secret is simply the bans might look towards the bigger offlaners that enable these type of heroes, so like the Tide and the Bristle, I think are good bans, unless you have an idea of how to counter maybe the Tide on turn, but still banning out the Bristle.
I could see a Dark Willow from Secret as a possibility, or even better, the Furion. This is the OG special. When you see 2 squishy supports, we've seen this throughout the DPC. Pick a Furion. Your lanes are almost guaranteed, one of them, the Furion lane, is guaranteed to win.
It's a solid hero.
At least the line will get boots first, probably, so he'll be faster than Treants generally, and Coddle can blast him a little bit, but you're definitely right that it gives him decent matchup options.
That being said, it's not that much of a flex pick for Team Secret, is it? It's normally Zai playing it.
Yeah, but you see both supports. I think it's fine in that spot.
Yeah, I think the key thing here is you can play the puck in the middle 5, you can play the Furion, and I think depending on how the draft develops, they'll happily flex the heroes into what's best.
And the thing
we've seen them play it before, that's the key thing.
And unlike other teams, even if they play it, Secret really like the puck as a 5. So if this is an OG lineup, we're like, okay, that's Thompson's puck, and it's a no-teller set profit. You flip that here, because it's either Puppy or Nisha who will be on the puck. Likely Puppy, and again, because you see the supports, it doesn't really matter what core you pick. If it's landing with a Coddle, you're going to feel just fine as a profit against it.
I would like to say, though, and put a lot of emphasis on this, when we talk about Secret's draft and we praise certain aspects, it's simply because of the defensive nature that they install into their gameplay, that certain heroes do feel a lot stronger, or they have options to pick new heroes, because they're not often smoking early. They're not crossing that river and trying to really get strong map control. They're playing for strong laning setups and the ability just to have a slow entry into the game. And that alone, unlike other teams like Alliance, for example, we praise them on their 4-minute rotation, breaking down that mid lane. And it's a product of being able to play out the start of the game, that laning phase. And if they don't have that, it's harder for them to play. And that's why I think often when we look at Secret's draft, we praise them a lot more just because their gameplay is so opposite of most of these teams in the DPC right now.
In other words, Secret good.
Yes. Well, it's
Secret patient.
I think that the allegories to chess are most defined. Like when you watch Secret play, they're picking opening lines that are understood, but they just do it in a way that is more solid than effectively everyone else in Dota. And they're good enough that they can take these minute advantage and positional changes to just kind of crush an endgame. Like that match against Alliance, like was just...
This Viper ban from Alliance is like, we don't want them to take away our tanky offlane hero.
Yeah.
And then Secret instantly pivots from like the Ricky
Yeah.
ban into, oh wait, hold on guys, hold on. The Viper's in play.
And Bristle's probably going to be our next ban.
Yep.
And I like the Pango ban from Alliance. They did their scouting because when they've done this in the past, specifically with this puck opener, they've third picked Pangolier because it gives this puck 5 a ton of value because now just a coil and a Pango is absurdly strong in these mid-game team fights.
Which is kind of interesting because Pango is also a hero that normally Zai would play. I guess it's everything is a little bit flex. What are you thinking, Purge? I see frowns.
Yeah, yeah, everything is so flexible. It's hard to identify where Secret is going to go with their heroes, so it definitely makes it really hard. Like you guys have been saying, to know where they're going to lane. Their matchups look solid right now. Troll is the carry that's been stabilizing them, so makes sense to ban that as well. Basically, just a lot of lane strength heroes out of the second phase for Alliance. Kyle, you doing laps or?
Yeah, he's getting his steps for the day. He's thinking this series.
I know what they're going to do. It makes sense. It's beautiful. They're going to, you want to ban our break mechanic? Okay, we'll ban the 2 heroes that we need a break mechanic
But
for.
what if this is
Kimberson,
Alliance
Wrestlebag.
controlling the draft now? You ban out a Viper and Secret are forced to have to ban these
That's what I
two,
mean.
and then you
It's-
pivot somewhere else.
They're understood lines. Like this is, it's, I get to your point. Yes, it's good from both sides. Sure, Alliance are forcing this movement, but let's see how they capitalize on it.
Exactly. And then, okay.
Earth Spirit coming out.
Dude.
Now you have the Earth Spirit Puck combination. Of course, it now aligns to me that I think Puck most likely will be mid simply because of that combination alone.
This is stuff that Puppy is... This concept has been what Puppy's been working with since they won the Shanghai Major. Profit plus global mobility, high reach, lots of catch.
Okay, so in simple terms,
Capitalize on kills. That means towers.
poor positioning, damage to apply to that, and that +1 factor. Okay.
Yeah.
It works even better because Alliance's 2 supports so far are really squishy. They're vulnerable to being dove, to being silenced, to being gone on. So
Alliance,
it's perfect.
yeah, and they are able to deal with this Earth Spirit Puck combination because Void Spirit in the lane against Puck, you have the Quelling Blade, you're a melee hero, you do pretty well. And then in the early points, you don't care about Earth Spirit rotation. Of course, when Puck gets coil, that's when it gets a bit awkward.
I think it's
but-
Puppy Puck, though.
Yeah, if it is the Puck mid, that is. That's what I'm saying about the Void Spirit. Now maybe you can put the Puck lower down because like we don't have that instant hard easy matchup where it's like coil into kill.
Yeah, but you see it. So now Secret have this advantage where they don't feel like that matchup's too bad. They just take Puppy's hero here, and you save your last pick, or you just take a core that can be mid or safe. In this spot in the past, I think they have gone. They don't pick Kunkka 4th. Usually that would be 5th. I still think Lone Druid is excellent.
Yeah, I prefer to see a carry here. Okay, they go for a DP.
Works too. Yeah, same concept though. It's still open. You still actually don't know for sure if it's a Puppy Puck or not.
Just to, create even more confusion, does Nisha play Earth Spirit mid?
Don't think so.
Okay.
I think maybe once or twice. It's not been like a
It's
prominent
possible.
hero.
Everything's possible. What is Dota anymore?
Yeah.
Silence is really good here as well.
Yep.
Very good hero that fits into their ambiguity while also giving good matchup.
Yeah, 3 heroes with the silence
I
already.
really want to see Mars though from Alliance, I think. Because if it's Puck or Fury in 5, I think Mars will do well. With the Coddle, you now have a lot of spam on that lane. And I said it in the last series, but I feel like Alliance, they need a hero that when Secret try and go to an objective, they need to be able to command the fight and do something.
Yeah,
I thought like, okay, they go for the Wraith King. All right.
I will. I should have seen the DP, but that is the best win rate or best matchup against Void Spirit, just in the lane and throughout the game, because you naturally invite aggression. That's how you like to play the game. You buy BKB, you buy Yols, you apply a lot of tower pressure early, and you have an advantage in the laning phase.
But this is a good Wraith King pick from Alliance in the fact that they needed someone to be that front line. A lot of Secret's damage comes within the ultimate chaining, and obviously Wraith King can tank that. We've seen it 1,000 times before now. My only fear for Alliance is simply the pacing of their early damage. They have some nice wave clear to some degree, but I'm not seeing them be able to smoke up early on.
Yeah.
Outside of maybe a finger kill, compared to like the Secret, where they do have a lot of more skirmishing desires, and they can also unlock Roshan and some of these towers. But yeah, again, I think if they have a strong offlaner that has good team fight and tower defense from S4, I think Alliance are in a good position to not obviously be walked over in 22
And the
minutes.
Mars, this so.
Oh, there's the Mars back. Oh,
Yeah, Mars would have been really good because it would have made it so easy for them to chainstone like 3 times in a row on anybody they went with.
yep.
Between Void and Wraith King and Lion. So yeah, damage, disable, some mix of that for their offlaner.
So what's left for S4?
Dark Seer. They have a lot of melee cores.
That's
Doesn't particularly counter the enemy, but
Most of his heroes are banned out at this point. This is the difficulty in the patch right now. When you leave your offlane to the last pick, I think it's so hard to pick with confidence because there's only 5 or 6 offlaners that have that real kind of defend our tower mentality. And other than that, it's a lot more kind of skirmishing fight. And right now, for Alliance's draft, they need the defense.
so they banned Slark. I can see the Matu Lone Druid in my mind's eye, and I just think to myself, damn, that mid-game tempo, they're gonna run a bear in, pop all their spells, and represent so much more damage. The difficulty with the Alliance lineup right now is their lack of sustained DPS in fights until their Wraith King is able to actually be their single core.
what are they gonna bat Rider mid on Alliance and do offlane Void? Is that what the Slark is?
Oh,
telling
that
us?
could be
option,
sick.
yeah.
I think you ban Bat if you're Secret. That's a really good point.
Yep.
Nice, good call.
Yeah, that's really nice, Kev, because that's like, that would shift the dynamic, right? The balance of power now. Suddenly Secret can't draft for themselves. They have to address the Bat. And that's a really cool move. I think Alliance banning the Slark may telegraph it a bit, but you can't pick Bat with Slark available.
For Alliance, it's like, I think Viper or Brew are the only 2 that really come to mind. Viper's already banned out, so I think Brewmaster maybe. Like, you can't deal with the fight, but at least just take away one hero and then take the fight once the Wraith King's ready. But it's a real difficult position right now for Alliance.
You have limited stuns. Like, Lion is lockdown, Void Spirit is catch, sure.
Well,
but it's just hard to play fast.
There's no Pangolier, there's no Mars, there's no Bristlebat, there's no Timber.
Clock?
Tide.
Okay. Tide's still there. I don't mind that. Of course, it stands in front of towers. It does great there. I'm just scared of the damage because outside of Illuminate, Lion Finger, a couple Astral Steps, that's about it for your early damage. It's like a bit worrisome.
I mean, Gush is pretty good. It's like minus 4 armor with level 1 Gush, so that plus Void Spirit and Wraith King could get some kills on like DP pre-plate mills. But
What is Matu? I mean, Jug, Lifestealer, pretty simple options, like good matchups. The innate BKB is quite nice. I think Lone Druid's less likely against Tide, but still very possible. I just really want to see Matu play it. I think it's real underrated. Oh my God, we forgot Ursa. Jesus.
I was literally thinking the Ursa, and I didn't want to say it. Oh,
It's like,
this is nice.
Yeah, you benefit from the pace your team can play with.
Yeah.
Tide is now just like, oh God, not this. Man, the status resist innate against all this lockdown.
I think the key difference though is for Alliance, they have a way to awkwardly defend towers and prolong the game. And then we have seen Wraith Kings where once they get over that hurdle of early aggression, they can tank up some key damage.
Whoa.
What's the way? Is there anything different?
Prophet Puppy and a Zai Puck.
Wow. We don't often get to see the offlane puck because it doesn't apply as much pressure to the safe lane. So normally teams have been shifting away from that. But be interesting to see how that works out this time.
When you're against Wraith King Coddle, though, Puck in theory can actually be.
You can dodge everything, right?
He's safer than a Furion would be in the lane, and it allows the Apsor to play around middle or bottom.
Sure. Interesting stuff.
Interesting stuff. Final thoughts on the draft, Purge?
yeah, I agree with what you guys said. I think the only downside is then you have Prophet against a Tide, which isn't that amazing, but I guess you can punish the Lion, go for that instead, and Ursa should give them the oomph they need. So probably Secret, but I think Alliance has some okay laning setups.
All right. Thank you very much. Kyle.
Yeah, look, Alliance have looked a lot better over this DPC. They've been steadily improving, but I swear, Secret is just right now ahead of the game. Like, they're just too damn good at a level that we haven't really seen often, if not ever, in our game. So I favor them here. I think they've got answers.
Yeah, I'm worried about the impact of the support duo. I think the core players have got very comfortable heroes for themselves, but I'm just skeptical of the support duo. And but either way, I think maybe Nico Baby Wraith King with time might be able to do something. But yeah, of course, Secret favored for now.
Yeah.
Some time, though.
Are they going to get that time for Nico Baby's Wraith King? We're going to find out. Let's head over to OD Pixel and Fogged for the second game of the series.
Yeah, so what do you reckon, Fogged? Are we going to get a closer game here, or are you already worried once again for Alliance's well-being against what Secret's drafted?
Having some concerns as I'm seeing some limited team fight really coming out from Alliance. I'm worried if they don't have Ravage, they almost can never fight. A lot of these times when I've been seeing the Wraith Kings, they don't join the game. They literally don't play Dota until they have that Radiance online. I think maybe with the Coddle, they can change that up a little bit with recalls and whatnot, but I'm very worried on just the spells in general. When I look at Secret's team fight, Death Prophet ulti, Puck ulti, Earth Spirit ulti, Nature's Prophet ulti, all these great damage instances, great for team fighting. Alliances is mostly pick off single target besides like Tidehunter. It should be very hard for them to play besides having that Ravage. But it looks like they're going to maybe pose themselves as an aggro tri-lane themselves so they can get this good matchup for S4 so we can avoid this Ursa, which I think is a pretty good approach. As long as they can protect S4's game, then I'm feeling a little bit better for Alliance.
I mean, and that Ursa as well, how highly do you rate that finishing pick here from Secret? Is it a pretty nice game for the Matu Bear?
Yeah, it looks great. Long duration team fights, they thrive. I feel like Alliance, they have to have this big explosion, a big explosive connection at the instant start of these fights. Otherwise, the fights look really difficult. Wraith King versus the Death Prop, Exorcism, you pop your Reincarnate, Exorcism still going to keep going and hitting you. It really does feel quite an uphill battle for Alliance. As both of their supports don't really bring too much team fight in general. They have to be just playing around their cores pretty much exclusively this game.
Okay. And we'll see if Alliance are able to give it a better shot here in game 2. Let's just say.
Yeah, let's say.
As long as S4 doesn't have a sort of rougher beginning and is able to contribute, then I think already we're going to be a step towards having a bit of a closer game than game 1 was.
He is in the tough lane, though. He's going to be playing versus that Ursa. At least it's a Puppy Nature's Prophet, which maybe would be a little bit better because it's, you can actually deal with the harassment from the trains and whatnot as a Tide in comparison to the Puck, where I feel like Puck actually threatens a little bit more versus the Tider, but this is just the approach that Secret wanted to take. As Puppy probably feels like he can probably zone the support as Nature's Prophet while the Ursa zones out the Tide, but Puppy actually might just get gone on from the Gush.
No, he's going to have to TP himself. Actually, he doesn't go back to base, just stick in the lane, at least stays behind the tower. Good aggression from Alliance to really weaken him up here at the start of the lane. And then sort of up top, as the panel was talking about, seeing Zai play the Puck back on the off lane. Roll, we do see it sometimes, but not really too frequently nowadays as compared to more traditional mid position. Is it like what's sort of the reasoning for this game? Is this a game where Zai will be able to perform with this hero from the offlane?
So the thing that I'm seeing is why they transitioned is not only because the Puck is versus that Lion, so we see, the priority shifted a bit, but I see in this game, he can actually force the lane in. He can force this wave in versus a Coddle and versus a Wraith King, and Puck actually harasses really well. His damage is actually quite high versus a low base armor hero like the Wraith King, and I feel like, those are probably the big reasons, and he can just dodge the spells. Dodge the stun, dodge the Illuminate if it does come. YapzOr is just chasing FNG. So we see YapzOr starting with boots so he can keep up in speed versus the Coddle who does not have boots.
FNG's got to be...
Matu's actually struggling a little bit bottom.
Yeah,
the Gush
he nearly died.
Quite hurting him.
He very nearly died there earlier when they were diving under the tower. So definitely, already sort of a better ability for Alliance to perform with these two heroes down here. Make sure that S4 is not getting zoned out completely. As so far S4 is trading farm very nicely with these two.
And that's huge. That's the most important thing I feel for this game is just making sure S4 gets off the bat with a decent start, not dying, which is, already as a Tidehunter winner like this versus an Ursa, you're feeling pretty damn good. Seeing the mid lane being a bit difficult for Limp just because of the nature of the matchup versus the Death Prophet, just range and constant harassment. You're getting forced, the wave is getting forced on you, better animation and damage on the Death Prophet. It's a tough lane for Limp to do better in than how he is doing already.
No, for sure, yeah. Any time he tries to step up, he's going to take an unfavorable trade of damage. He's close to the bottle though, so then we'll see him being able to play a bit more aggressive with the nukes to secure that CS.
Yeah, he's not at risk of dying by any means. He just can't actually last hit as well as the Death Prophet by any means. We're seeing Nico Baby still getting a solid amount of farm. He's getting harassed a lot. No regen left on this top lane for Alliance.
On bottom.
Both of them are down to their last
That's
tango. Bottom. Ooh, close.
I mean, they're really doing a good job here, S4 and Hanskin, of really keeping Matu on his toes, making him go for a lot of regen down bottom.
Might be able to get Puppey here, but no, he's got the stick charges. He's able to reset, and the train harasses too much. They're really shutting down Matu. He just has literally zero regen. Yeah, he's got the courier coming out with boots, and Puppey's probably going to bring him a salve. But yeah, he's very limited down here. Maybe with boots, they commit for the kill to try to fix up this lane a little bit. Gonna prep the first overpower, as they do know Lion is moving from the lane. So S4 does have to be a bit cautious at the moment. A nice rune check coming out from Hanskin. And he does have the bottle from S4 that he had taken, so it's going to be brought down bottom. And S4 does survive that aggressive move that they tried to take advantage of.
Yeah, as you said, bottle in the south, he's going to be fine. Be able to keep it in that lane and stop Matu from getting this free farm.
The treant broke his salve and his bottle thing. So.
Oh, that's
does lose a bit of
a little unfortunate, but top lane, try and get the setup on a Yapzor, but not quite catching him in the Illuminate blast. So we're seeing top lane, the farm very even.
FNG.
They finally able to break the piece that we've had here. Yapzor does get FNG. I mean, we've seen the two of them playing around with each other, both. You know, with FNG in particular on very low HP, Yapzor able to punish him this time.
Yapzor just, I think for the last 5 minutes, he just played around the pull. He just prevented the pull from being being available to spawn, and just sitting on FNG, just watching if the Illuminates come out. And with that ward too, they're able to see that. The ward does now finally get taken out, but it did its damage already. At least FNG gets the gold for it though.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, we'll see.
Exorcism in mid. Nisha pops the glyph also to keep the wave alive. With his catapult coming in, he's able to apply this pressure. Limp's still not quite 6, so he can't actually do anything to this. And Lion is going to start making his way over, but Coddle, the hero that doesn't rotate nearly as well, doesn't have a TP available either to try to help out this push. Now Yapzor is going to make the connection over, maybe tank a hit or two from the tower, keep that catapult alive. But Nisha...
get the stun, but it's just now Limp's hit the 6.
Limp is 6?
He's hit the 6. He's able to get in and burst him.
Very nice.
And now over towards Yapzor as well. Yapzor does have a roll available. But Limp's got a remnant. Yapzor's going to get dragged back into the Illuminate. Not actually able to find the opportunity to roll out. I guess he felt that if he did go for the roll, the remnant would always have the time to be set out and stop him. So couldn't escape. Down bottom, Secret are at least able to make the most of S4 being on his own. And we'll get the pick off. But so some strong hold there from Alliance, coming in and punishing that first exorcism. And I guess he didn't quite expect to be caught by the stun of Hanskin coming from the trees there. He was rather far up, Nisha.
Nisha, again, he's getting set up on it.
I mean, and he's very, very dead. 2 times in a row. Big moves from Alliance around mid. Really shaking up Nisha's early game with those 2 back-to-back deaths.
I don't think he expected Hanskin or the Coddle in either one of those situations. Really good stuff coming out from Limp and the boys. His bottom, S4. He's getting body blocked a lot. Fury swipes. They're adding up.
Oh, and he's going to go down. Matu. Can FNG get this? He's going to have the blast. He is going to be able to find it. FNG cleans up and gets the trade. As Matu also losing his courier there under the tower. So that's going to be that was actually his completed treads out of the game for a minute as well.
Good stuff from Alliance quickly in these first 7 minutes. Just nice rotations from the supports. They're breaking the lanes, and it seems to be catching Secret off guard nicely. As Nico Baby, he has started to just fully free farm top, so they know that they can break the lanes like this.
And he just getting himself that armlet straight up. I mean, having the armlet as soon as he can in this game against these heroes like the off-lane puck means that he's very hard to burst down. If he plays it smartly, this puck's never going to be in a position to really threaten the Wraith King at all with this quick armlet.
Yeah, I've been a pretty close to debating between these 2 items where I'm seeing these safe laners on Wraith King. They rush either the Helm of Iron Will or the Chainmail. I think I'm liking the Helm of Iron Will a little bit more a lot of these times. Sure, it's a lot more gold you have to wait for, but you're going to get it at some point anyway in the Wraith King, and I love Armlet.
Oh, and hang on, Nisha. They're able to get the jump on him. Have they quite got the burst into the Hex? Yet Zai is here to help out. This time around, they won't be able to burst Nisha down. As now Nisha's trying to turn with the help of Yapsor. And chasing over towards Limp. Puppey comes in as well. Limp, has he got any further way to get out of this? He hasn't. As this time around, Secret make sure they bring in the backup and punish Alliance for trying to get aggressive onto Nisha.
Matu bottom, also now getting moved on.
He has got the ult.
He'll be okay. Forced a lot of rotations, though. Even though Limp does die, a lot of moves coming out from Secret to try to bail him out of that situation. So they do get the kill, but we do see the Wraith King get all the space in the world to farm. We see FNG continue to start stacking. Some good stuff from Alliance in these first few moments. Puppey's still level 6 somehow at a very early point on the Nature's Prophet, just being a little greedy for himself. So they do have to factor in the Wrath of Nature in these next few moments when they do go for any of these plays. And yeah, FNG stacking, Lion also stacking, Alliance just looking to maximize as best as they can because they have the Wraith King. So they know Wraith King, he's going to have to sit in the jungle at some time to be able to catch back up and just get that good timing on the Radiance.
And I feel like he's going to be pretty safe. I mean, I'm sort of looking at the lineup of Secret, and it feels hard to sort of find the tools, the collection of heroes that's going to be able to make a move on this Wraith King and secure killing him twice, really, right? Nico Baby's going to have quite a big window of this game where I don't think he's going to be too scared of anything running at him.
The only thing he has to really worry about is just the exorcism, because that's the thing that will kill him on the reincarnate immediately. So I think Nisha's next rotation has to be pretty important for Secret to slow down Alliance right now, because Alliance are in a really good spot. So Nisha, he's going to TP top to start to threaten up there, and this has to be red here. Alliance has to be very careful. I mean, you have a ward that'll spot it, but
are you fighting this, or are you getting you getting Nico Baby out of here and somewhere else on the map?
You can fight this if S4 wants to. That's really up to him if he wants to, and I think they absolutely can with this Wraith King having an armlet already. I think they should take this fight.
I mean, Secret themselves being very tentative at how hard they sort of push for action up there, as already they're starting to break it back up. Nisha's coming back over towards mid. They don't feel that the opportunity was there to go for it, or as you say, they were aware that Alliance would be happy to turn up and try and turn things around. There's only Zai and Puppey sticking up here for now, and Alliance, they're on their way up here.
Yeah, I think Secret's going to play a little bit more defensively because of how this early game went. They probably wanted to do better in the lanes, and they know that Alliance did really well, so S4 is in a good spot to defend and go for all those towers. And then these are where the supports can actually swing and play around those cores, Hanskin with the finger at the ready. Also an Arcane Rune on Limp, so they can get aggro onto Nisha.
He's going to get the jump in. Oh, off the mark, though, with the step and the Remnant. Neither connecting onto Nisha, so Limp's got to get out. That's woo, that Nature's Wrath, that hurts. Yeah, he'll be okay, but not quite able to get the jump that he needed to make the magic happen. They're down bottom. Matu sees an opportunity. He's onto S4. S4 getting blocked off. He's actually going to pop the Ravage here. It might just save him. Treants are out, and S4, he is going to be able to get away there.
No Ravage to defend their towers when the push does come from Secret, but at least gets himself to survive. As FNG recalls mid, they wanted to try to catch Zai with the Hex, but not quite in range.
Well, yeah, I mean, 11.5 minutes and 4-4, less than 1k in. And this is certainly the sort of game you hope to see from two teams very much at the top of the league.
Yeah, and they're in really good position for Alliance to just get all these farms too, because it is hard for Secret to invade. That they haven't gotten this mid tower, they haven't gotten the top tower either. Last game, they had all 3 towers already taken super early on. This time, Alliance has really capitalized on defending them and doing it without actually having S4 park himself. You know, the fact that they have this coddle to deep push as well is really working out for them at the moment. To just keep the Wraith King chilling, getting his farm, and then they'll actually be able to play the 5v5. So that's always the concern I have with these Wraith King picks is you're playing 4v5 for the majority, but they're getting away with it. Nico Baby's getting all the space.
No, he really is. He really is. He's having no complaints this game. This is a very happy place for Nico Baby to be in right now.
Okay. In Secret, they're going for a very farm heavy items. Bots on Nisha, bots queued up from Zai, and a Battle Fury on Ursa. So all 3 cores have gone for the greediest choice they can. So that is probably going to put them in a bit of a weird position versus Alliance, who are pretty ready to fight. They're pretty keen.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much Alliance do try and punish that. Because I guess, Alliance themselves, we say, Nico Baby's going to be happy sitting back and farming that Radiance up, pretty defensively over his half of the map. Not really looking to get involved unless he really needs to. So I guess down to the other 4 of Alliance, Limp and S4 in particular, to see what moves they can make into Secret at this time where, actually, as you say, especially sort of Zai and Nisha might not quite have the ability to save themselves against Alliance's moves as much as they want at this stage.
Their heroes do not benefit as much as from items from others. You know, just their innate toolkit is as strong as it can be. The puck, orb, silence, coil, same thing with exorcism. You can't buff those up, just give yourself a little bit more survivability in particular. So there's that aspect for Secret where if these heroes don't get caught and taken advantage of because of their positioning, these items will work. Their spells are still going to do the damage.
If they can get away with it. I mean, and you know, to be fair, with 13 minutes and only 4-4, there's not a huge amount of action going on.
No.
Is under attack.
But Nico Baby's like, this is the dream for a Wraith King. You're able to go bottom. You're level 11. You've been given the absolute most freedom in the game. You're able to dictate the pace right now as Alliance, even though you don't really have as overwhelming team fight as Secret does. You just have your Ravage. They're able to actually pose a threat as Puppey.
They're ready to make the jump. Limp, he's coming in, and he's caught him.
Nice.
Easy catch onto Puppey as he tries to soak up some action underneath the tower. It's going to push S4 very close to having that blink done. 1700 towards it on the tide.
Okay, so he's going for the blink. I feel like he knows he can't get tanky enough to deal with Ursa anyway. If he gets coiled and Ursa gets on him, he's dead. So he needs to be the one to start the fight. So that's a pretty cool approach if he's able to get it at a good time.
No, for sure. And it's exactly what they need to try and play into the faces of these heroes that, you know, have gone for sort of these items that will benefit the lack of action if there is some. So that blink's really going to allow Alliance to step it up and to just jump, you know, on sort of this bot's DP. Nisha, if he gets committed on with a Ravage into an Impale, he will die very easily to the members of Alliance, even when Nico Baby's not around. They'll have the damage with the other four by far.
Yeah, no, absolutely. See Puppey doing some very deep wards with this Nature's Prophet. It's always the great thing about having this hero as a support. You just free warding, free deep wards that will never get countered. They're very unexpected as he's able to watch S4. He even blocks the camp, I believe, with the Sentry Ward too, so maybe that does get taken away, but...
Nice bit of a boost here for Alliance as well. We've getting 3 of those bounty runes.
Aetherland's finished up on the Lion now too. They're getting farm on everybody. The stacks that these two supports did get on the map, they've gotten quite a good chunk of gold from them. 2k gold lead now for Alliance. They're benefiting more from this downtime.
Oh, and Anskin.
Zai.
There's the Ether Lens coming into play straight up. Hex in the finger. They burst down. Zai, he's gone. Over to the side. Matu will jump in onto S4, but he pops the Ravage. Gets the 3 of them. There'll be a buyback from Zai. Matu trying to chase down S4, but Hansken slowing Matu down with the mana drain. They'll lose Nico Baby the once. Another great stun from Hansken out to the 2 of the Limp. Jumps back in. Gets the Remnant grab back onto Yapso. Yapso's gone.
Nico Baby.
Nico Baby, he needs help. Is he going to get it? He isn't. The coil holds him in place. Alliance will lose their Wraith King.
And they got the big target. They got the Wraith King. Their Spirit dies. All ults used from Secret. The Ravage connects beautifully on everyone, but that's what we're saying is Secret's overall team fight, their heroes, just their ultimates when they get popped are a little bit stronger than what Alliance can pose, even though they catch the puck. And also, of course, Zai buying back helps a little bit to finish off that kill on Nico Baby, but...
Sit down bottom, Nisha. Immediately S4 going with the
bots.
The TP out there's nothing to stop it.
Nope.
S4 makes it away. And we'll see it again.
They got this tower too.
I mean, there's this straight up move. Zai, of course, just not prepared really for Hansken to have that cast range with the Ether Lens as early as he did. As back in action at the top lane, Hansken is ready to set up for more. They're in onto Puppey. He's out to the side with the Glimmer. He's hiding. As Lip. He's looking for it.
He baited them. They thought he was in the Sprout. Now they'll find him.
They'll get him anyway. Or will they? He's got Glimmer back up.
The Glimmer.
Yeah, they're scared now.
Scared.
They think backup's going to be coming on the way, and it is. Nisha's here. I mean, Hansken got out, but Lip, he got left behind. As Puppey with that Glimmer and the lack of control and detection meant that Puppey's going to be more than fine. Limp just having to desperately scramble his way out of this as Yapso's chasing. Another dissimilar
he's getting recall.
Oh, and he's away. Oh, he will manage to get out of there just in time. A Secret there bringing in even more. Zai was on the way over with a Dream Coil. So a good job he was taken out of there when he did.
And they got Roche during it. You know, they just snuck straight into the Roche pit when Ravage was down, and they make that play. When the play is happening on Puppey top, they make their own play.
We'll see it again as you say that. Said it with the Sprout.
Secret, sorry.
They just couldn't get him.
He baited them.
Yeah, he did. he made them work for it, and they never got him. Time was brought for the rest of Secret to swing it. And starting to get a hold of that. A little bit of a lead that Alliance did have early on. Still around a 3k up, but Roshan will definitely bump it back a bit, and as you can see, XP as close as ever, just back and forth.
Still very close game. And Nico Baby has his Radiance up, so he is still in a really good fighting form. Still gonna have some big problems of like Nisha in particular. His damage is still always gonna be there. I see he's rushing for BKB, and they're gonna have to try to get some situations where they're able to actually focus fire him instead of Zai. Because I feel like Zai's gonna play a lot of this baiting game where he jumps in and baits the line to go for him. And even though he dies, which sucks for Secret, they're protecting Nisha from like the finger and from the burst and from overall that control. So I feel like it's gonna be on Hanskin in particular, and maybe even just the Ravage and all the coordination to just get on this Death Prophet and burst her. Because her damage is It's gonna take control of the fights.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right, there's the Radiance.
I mean, let's see. I mean, with the Aegis on Matu, it definitely makes it a little harder for Alliance to bring the action. They are going to try, though. They do want to still try and utilize the strength that they do have around S4's Ravage, especially when S4 now level 12.
If they catch Zai, like, he has no buyback. He's dead for a very long time if he does go down right away. So that could be still a really nice grab for them in these moments, as it will be a straight up 4v5 then at that point.
I'm trying to see if there's going to be any action around the bounty runes, but Secret aren't coming over for these.
No, Secret's avoiding it.
Yeah, they know everyone's off the map. They're not putting themselves in positions to get jumped.
And they don't want to give Alliance a setup for when Alliance is looking for the fight, then they don't want to just walk into it. If they're looking for the fight on Secret, they do. And they're also very close to some items, so I'm pretty sure that's what they're waiting for. Nisha's BKB is done now after this creep. So that's going to give them a lot more protection versus the Ravage that's going to be coming in. Alliance, they're forcing bottom.
Okay. I mean, we'll see. You know, Secret today, they try and fight this tier 2, or they just sort of let Alliance have this?
Do they have the BKB on? They do have the BKB. I think they can fight this.
Matu's TPing in. He's going to start off the action. Jumps in, starts to commit onto Nico Baby. Zai's botsing over. They'll turn with the stun onto Matu to hold him back, Alliance. They're already starting to reset. You got the smoke up on the two of them. Secret are trying to chase in on this Zai. He's going to be fine. S4 is going to jump in. He's able to get the Ravage actually on the four of them. It's a beautiful setup. The follow stuns there onto Zai. If they got the damage to take him down, they do. They take down Zai. The Hex controlling Matu. Matu's trying to commit to get the kill on Hanskin, and he'll find it. They'll get the line now. Matu turning over towards S4. They'll pick up another Secret. As Alliance, they're trying to desperately scramble themselves away from this. The Secret are chasing. Puppy comes in with a TP. He's turning over towards Nico Baby. Yapsil's able to roll and kick him back. They'll take him down the one.
They still have Exorcism going.
Is there anything Alliance could do to save him? It doesn't look like it, as he's trapped in the Sprout. Matu able to get the swipes built up. Nico Baby, can he toggle his way out of this one? He cannot, as the Ghost will finish him off. Secret coming. The tier 2 tower does go down, but at quite a cost here for Alliance.
I think it's too much attention on the puck. They get it's a 5-man Ravage. S4 actually catches all 5 of them. And I think they just used way too much on Zai. Like, the coil and everything's a problem, but Nisha's able to get his BKB off, and then the Exorcism just overwhelms the fight with the Ursa leading the charge.
I mean, we're
going to see it again here. Watch Zai. Watch how much focus they actually end up putting on him.
I mean, you're right there as well. Nisha also caught off screen there towards the top.
Yeah, I guess they just didn't. Yeah, they couldn't. I guess they just didn't see him at the time, but he was under ward vision.
Back in the action, Matu. Is Aegis about to expire? The Aegis has just expired. It has just expired, and he has just died. So Alliance able to perfectly make something happen with that opportunity.
Guess Secret got baited going for Hanskin. Alliance able to punch back on this one there. Very nice.
And that's okay. I mean, Limp's very close to his next item now. Aghanim's nearly out on the Void Spirit. Nico Baby's got
and they
his
have Blink on Wraith King.
Yeah,
the Blink Wraith King is huge because then it lets you coordinate with your Ravage perfectly, and you guys can pick and choose which target you go for. Then he can follow up and get on top of Nisha, which they really do have to put focus on him. This Death Prophet, I think, is going to be really big problems. I think Zai He's going to be annoying, but that's it. I feel like you have to probably use Finger every single one of these times on Nisha. You can't just be wasting it on the puck in these situations.
Absolutely.
Zai is just, it's Zai. You know, this is what he plays for. He's there to bait your spells. He's there to be that nuisance for his 2 core players to really take over.
For sure. Yeah, he's gonna be that burst. He's gonna hold you in position, but he's not gonna be the one kicking out persistent damage for the entire duration of his life, such as a DP will with the Ghost, and of course Matu will with those big old claws of his.
Yeah, I'm seeing the way, like, Zai's also getting the Aeon Disc, so he's expecting to be that main focus. This Aeon Disc might catch them off guard if they try to full initiate on him. Then it can just get even worse. They can just get turned on fully and Zai survives. So Hanskin definitely gonna have to recognize that one. He's also trying to build toward that blink. If they can get all these blinks together, they can always go for these big initiations and pop the targets. And also an Ags on FNG.
They've got it.
They are very farmed.
It's a quick one.
That Will-O-Wisp could actually be really nice with the Ravage combos.
There's a DD. And Nisha will just take this.
I actually can't believe how fast FNG was able to get that. Yes, he is 2-1-3. He's been pretty free this game, and I love this Will-O-Wisp with the way it works now, where you can chakra it. You can just keep reducing the cooldown on it for the fight frequency.
Some smoke on smoke action here. Let's see who gets the jump. BKB done on Matu.
Secret.
Yeah, these cores are going to be hard to take unless they can get that opening stun on them, Alliance.
They do have great vision right now on the high ground. If they can see an opportunity where they do show. Let's see, S4. He's also under vision himself.
Oh, he's a little split from the team. But he is a tough one to go on.
But not for Matu.
They're going to try anyway. They're in onto him. He's silenced. He's heading over back to the walls, the safety of the rest of his team, but he's trapped in the Sprout. And S4, he's going to go down. They've got no fight to fight now. They've got to get out of there. The Dream Coil will miss. Nico Baby turns over towards Nisha. They're going to try and jump in and burst for Nisha. They're able to do so. They take down the Death Prophet 100-0, but Matu, he's in onto Hanskin. Hanskin goes down. A buyback comes out from Nisha as Matu's coming in with the BKB. He's trying to chase S4. S4 brought back for this. He's been silenced. Can he get out to the side? He's able to get the Ravage off as they look to turn onto Matu. Matu still has the Enrage going, but the Will-O-Wisp drags him back in. Matu's down, and now Alliance, they've got the catch on to Zai. The Impale from Hanskin locks down Zai. They're turning it around. Nisha, he bought back for this one, but Alliance, they're ready to surround him and bring him out of the game. Hex out from Hanskin, the Siphons, they're buying him some time, but it isn't enough. As the crit comes in, Alliance will take the team fight.
Beautiful wards coming into play. They see absolutely everything that Secret's trying to do. Sure, they lose S4 at the start, but they see the high ground. They see Nisha isolated for a second. FNG has ult, recalls S4. Ravage isn't what gets Nisha killed, but either way, Alliance ready for that fight, even though they lose their tide. Quick decisions to take the fight. Nisha dying back. This time they really put the focus on Nisha.
Yeah, so he's going for this puppy. He's going to come in and help out, but the Will-O-Wisp is back up. It's back up. It's ready for another round. They might lose FNG, but they're going to be able to get 2 kills for this in return. As Puppy and Yapso both losing their lives there for that effort onto FNG, and it's exactly as you say. Well, with the Chakra, that Will-O-Wisp, it's as soon as it's gone, it's back up, it's available, it's ready again.
Yeah, the frequency that it does come up from Chakra is absolutely insane. And Secret, they get halted pretty hard now. Nisha's itemization now going to be very much so stagnated after that last fight.
Matu.
SS4.
And he's got a Ghost Scepter.
Let's be a little careful. I like that pickup from S4, actually. The Ghost Scepter is really nice. Protect him versus that Ursa who's just chasing him and following him in all the fights. Now he can actually buy time to be able to get the Ravage off once those BKBs go down. Alliance doing a great job here in this game. Making it Wraith King, making Nico Baby be the king.
He is.
He's almost got the AC, almost level 20 as well. He's starting to be a real beast.
And as we're seeing, they've just got a great pattern of how to execute the fight. So if they get the jump and get Nico Baby on top of one of these targets, you know, ideally, I guess Nisha, because he's sort of the easiest to get taken down. You know, the chances are if you don't 100-0 Matu will be able to put the Enrage, then he's going to be a big issue.
Alliance is ready for this fight. Ravage is up in 5 seconds.
Secret's got to be very careful around it. Limp's going to check things out in the pit, see what the status is. Zai.
Coil.
Matu's coming over. He's coming in with the BKB. He's looking towards FNG, but FNG's giving a bit of the ring around the Rosie. He's running around. FNG's up to the high ground. They're chasing him from there. We'll find him. But at the same time, Limp's been given the time to take that puppy. S4's in with the Ravage. He gets the 3 of them. They jump in onto Matu. Matu silenced. He can't get the enrage off in time. As Matu goes down, it's a triple kill for Limp. They're cleaning up. Nisha's got the ghost out, but it doesn't matter. Remnant into the finger. Alliance. They've done it again. Another clean fight from them as they take 4 down. Puppy will buy back, but there's nothing he can do to turn this around. As Alliance, they're into the pit. And this Roche, it should be theirs unless Yapso can come in with a steal.
He's trying to. He's getting vision with that Remnant right now. The Stone Remnant with the Ag Shard does get vision, but they're on him.
Hansken hunts him down. That ward still paying dividends here on the high ground.
Beautiful play there. S4 with the reset, getting the Ravage on everybody as soon as the BKBs end. Limp with the follow-up silences onto the Ursa. The Rage comes out as he's dying. Great coordination coming out from Alliance and Limp. 12-1-7, 19 of the 20 kills. Seizing the opportunities and just seizing perfectly when he sees those chances to jump and pop those heroes.
They're popping off this game, Alliance. Well, they're hitting back very, very mightily here after that first game one, which was an incredibly tough one for the team.
How many stacks did they actually have this game? Because these supports, I feel like, are doing so much work on the side of Alliance from all this gold that they have. They're able to just control the fights really nicely. Like Hanskin's just playing around the back line. FNG's just speeding in the midst of it all, just avoiding all these spells too. It's been really good stuff from Alliance from these two supports.
I think pretty much double the stacks.
Yep.
As Secret was able to achieve them for themselves this game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now Secret heavily on the back foot. They're having to rely on Puppy's Treants to push out the waves. Nisha forcing out bottom with his bots. Nisha still a ways away from a Shiva's guard to protect himself too, and he's, you know, those last 2 deaths really hurt him. That dieback death in particular. This Alliance will get themselves the 2 for 2 bounty runes.
And this is, this is definitely when these sort of games get interesting. We've seen Secret roll over games, but it's always fun to see them put under pressure to see what they're able to pull out now. As down 10k. Alliance with the lead already.
Set up on a lot right now.
The catch there from the trees. They're opening with a Hex on to Nisha. Nisha's got to pop the BKB and TP out of here. Zai's going to be left behind. Eon Disc will buy him some safety, popping the coil to stop them from chasing, but Limp's still in. Closing the gap. Yules into the Remnant. They'll find themselves the catch on Zai. Hanskin getting a decent amount of stacks up this game on his finger. Already 5 stacks up here.
He's almost level 18 as well. Yeah, he's done a lot of work this game. He's actually just targeting Zai, making him quite miserable. Limp looking to pressure Matu even here with these arcane runes.
He can see what he can poke out of Matu here. As S4's over, there's a Ravage available. Matu's got to really think about what he needs to commit with a BKB or an Enrage. And Enrage, at least, is going to be popped as they'll allow him to jump up to the high ground. And Limp's getting in aggressive here under the tier 3s. They're moving on to Puppy Deco, baby. He's into the base.
Yapsor.
He just jumps straight in and lands himself on top of Yapsor. Limp, he's poking up right towards the fountain. They're dragging in Puppy. They're diving in. They're killing Secret within their own base.
Limp is feeling himself. He's feeling the power. Secondary or third arcane rune that he had, able to chase forward beautifully. Love his itemization this game too. The Yules, the Ags, the Shivas to counteract all this healing that's coming out. And Alliance, they might have just claimed themselves a Rax, if not just the game here.
That's just going to be a lot. Puppy down for 50, Absol still down for 15. They're really doing it here, Alliance. This game too showing. Proving that they're not just going to be tossed aside by Secret.
And quickly, too, with the way that they took the fight and just so convincingly with that top, how fast it all just collapses onto Secret. 15,000 gold lead, 2 racks is down now. Pretty irrecoverable for the side of Secret.
Yeah, they've got to pull out some insane moves to swing this game around. The Bash done a Matu. They're going to try and get out, but again, with the time that's passed, Alliance, they still have all ults ready to go. It's not as if there's a window here that Secret's being able to punish. It's just that Secret, they've got to try something. As the opportunity to actually do anything whilst the ults have been used, at this stage, it's just going to be very unlikely that ever happens. Alliance, with the lead that they have, they're only going to be popping these ults if they're securing kills, and that's going to render Secret unable to make any sort of move out into the map.
They only have one more Rax left, too. Alliance can just commit onto this Rax. The Secret has to get the hell back here and defend it. This is not an easy defense by any means here either. They do have the split push going. We're watching these Treants start to slow stuff down, but there's a Radiant solution pushing and cutting the wave anyway, so we don't care about these Treants.
Yeah, there's going to be no creep wave to back them up.
No. Alliance continuing to hold this high ground, continuing to grow this lead. Secret trapped in the base.
I mean, yeah.
A rare sight to see.
Nico Baby's getting very close to the abyss. In fact, does he has it. He has it
Yes,
complete.
he does.
Yeah, 33 minutes in, Nico Baby.
Oh boy, that is some nice fortunate items too, as I did just see he had the Orb Corruption, the Orb Destruction since the 27-minute mark.
I mean,
too, so
it
fortune
really
favors.
Whoever they jump, Nico Baby's now going to have pretty much the damage single-handedly to take them down for a stun or two. It doesn't even matter if it's Matu. If they're able to get the jump on him before he BKBs, pops the ult, they will be able to do serious damage to this bear before he gets a chance to fight back.
Yeah, and he's got control. He's just got control in general for the BKB. So Nisha, a hero that really relies on mobility, can just get crippled and destroyed even through it.
Dire are scanning.
I mean, Secret again, just smoking up from the high ground, waiting to see if Alliance sort of split up, leave someone behind, but the Alliance just aren't doing that.
Yeah, look at the way they're parking
It's
Nico
so hard
Baby
to
right
get
at
in
the
on
front
them.
here. FNG and Hanskin are just sitting right behind. Maybe if Hanskin steps up a little bit too far north, they're going to get gone on. Nice dodge.
Hanscan, he's out of the side. Will-O-Wisp down. It's going to stop them from being able to chase any further. Limp and
Matu.
they're already looking for their targets. Matu tries to go in on a Nico Baby, but Matu's so low, he's got to run. He's going to be able to get the bash off him. That will allow him to blink back to safety. Nisha is committed with the BKB onto Limp, but Limp's out. As now Nisha is having a run. Nico Baby's in on top of him. The BKB of Nisha comes to an end, but he has the movement speed. Will manage to break away, get back up to the base. As nobody will fall.
Nobody dies. Somehow nobody falls. Hanskin with the vision, he sees them rolling in. I think he saw the Earth Spirit just for like a fraction of a second when he was put down the boulder. So he's able to blink dodge. They reset on the two supports. They survive. Secret unable to take advantage of the 1 second that they did see the supports out of position. Alliance very, very prepared for those type of wraparounds, it does seem.
Yeah, very, very impressive stuff this game too from Alliance.
Yep, they'll send Hanskin back to base. He refills up. He's going to get recalled back into the fight, and he'll be available for this next and final push from Alliance. Secret, without their BKBs, can they hold?
And Matu, he's trying to have a bit of a go. On to Nico Baby here. Only gets him down to half HP. Now the Will-O-Wisp is out. Matu is in trouble. He's fingered. He's out of the game. He's out of the game for 80 with the
Now
pistol.
Nisha.
They're jumping over towards Nisha. Limp is diving in deep. Bestball's got the follow Ravage to keep Nisha stunned in position. As that's both cores down, it's game over.
GG.
GG is called. Alliance hit back with a solid punch here in game 2 to bring the series 1-1. I mean, they really stepped it up in this second game. I mean, how come we did see such a difference between this and the last game? What does this really say to you? Is it just that last game, the draft was that unplayable for Alliance, and when the playing field's a little more level, we do get to see Alliance at their sort of full potential?
Yes, and also I think that they just seemed a lot more alive in this game. Like, the players were just moving all over the place. They used Coddle and Lion to gank all over the place. They were very mobile with these two heroes, which aren't your usual two gankers, you know, right? Like, the Coddle is very lanes. He just sticks in his lane, but they did a great job of ganking and also stacking. They enabled all three of their cores incredibly nice. While Secret this time not able to do so. The Ursa lane versus the Tidehunter not going as well as I think they'd imagined it to. Things just kind of fell out of control in a couple quick team fights.
Yeah, and it really did. And as you said, you're pointing upon in the game, 12-1 and 12 on Limp, a fantastic time. But as you say, definitely credit to the supports there, Hansken and FNG for setting up the game, that mid area, as much as they did with those early rotations. Really shaking Secret off their game here. And of course, now we're going to get to see the all exciting game 3. So a lot of Dota still to come here as the series